In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how futures trading works on Zoomex. We will walk you through everything in a simple, beginner-friendly way. We'll go over the trading interface, how to open and manage a position, and the main tools you should know using the Zoomex platform. If you want to receive a limited time USDT welcome offer, I recommend you create a Zoomex account with the link in the description. New users registering with our link will be eligible to receive these exclusive sign-up bonuses. The first thing we want to do is make sure we have funds in the right account. So let's head to Asset Overview. And we can see that most of my funds are in my trading account, but I do have a little bit in my funding account. So we're just going to transfer that over, transfer all of it, and confirm. And now we have all of my USDT in our trading account. If you aren't sure how to deposit crypto into Zoomex, we do have a video on this. So I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in this video's description. The next thing we want to do is look at the trading fees on Zoomex. So let's head to the main page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, click on VIP Club, scroll down a bit more, and we have found our trading fees. Exchanges usually charge two types of fees. We have the maker fee and the taker fee. Maker fees apply when you place a limit order, while taker fees apply when you execute a market order. On Zoomex, the base level futures fees are 0.02% for maker and 0.06% for taker. If you do want to grow your level, we can see in level threshold. To do that, it will take into account your contract trading volume over the last 30 days, your spot trading volume in the last 30 days, and average account assets in the last 30 days. So obviously, the more assets you have and the more you trade in futures and spot, the higher your level and the lower your fees will be. Now that we understand our trading fees, we can head to the futures dashboard on Zoomex. On the top left is where we can choose the tokens that we want to trade. For this tutorial, we will be trading Bitcoin. On this top bar, we can see something called the funding rate / countdown. The funding rate is a small fee paid between traders to keep the futures price close to the real market price. If the rate is positive, long positions pay shorts, and if it's negative, shorts pay longs. So right now we can see the funding rate is negative, so shorts are paying longs. To the right, we can see a countdown. The countdown shows you when the next funding payment happens. Most exchanges use an 8-hour block. If you're holding a position when the timer hits 0, you'll either pay or receive that funding fee depending on the rate if it's negative or positive. Here we have the trading view chart. This is where you can see how price is moving in real time. You can change the time frame to view different time horizons, use drawing tools to mark key levels, and add indicators to help analyze the markets. You can also adjust chart settings to customize how everything looks. Most traders use this chart to spot trends and find better entry and exit points. On the right, we have the order book. The order book shows all the current buy and sell orders on the exchange. Green represents buyers and red represents sellers. This helps you see supply and demand at different price levels. Right beside it, we have the recent trade section. This section shows the latest trades happening in real time, giving you a quick idea of buying and selling pressure in the markets. Next, we're going to check out settings. There are two really important settings here. We have margin and position mode. In margin mode, we have two different margin settings. We have cross margin and isolated margin. Margin mode controls how your funds are used to support a trade. In cross margin, your entire account balance is shared across your position, so trades can support each other but also risk more of your funds. In isolated margin, you only risk the amount you put into that trade, so your losses are limited to that position. A quick note for Zoomex, your trading account is shared between spot and futures, so trading on cross margin means your entire account balance is used to support your positions. For position mode, we have one-way mode and hedge mode. Position mode controls how you can enter trades. In one-way mode, you can only have one position open at a time, either a long or a short. And in hedge mode, you can hold both a long and a short on the same asset at the same time. So just a quick difference explanation between margin and position mode. Think of margin mode as how your money is managed, and position mode is how your trades are structured. If you're just starting out, I recommend using isolated margin and one-way mode. So we already have isolated margin, and we are going to stick with one-way mode. Again, as we said before, isolated helps limit your risk to each trade, and one-way keeps things simple so you're not managing multiple positions at once. Looking at the trading panel on Zoomex, on the top right here, we have this calculator icon. The calculator helps you estimate your trade before you place it, like how much profit you can make, where price needs to go, or what entry you should aim for. We are just going to look at the profit and loss calculator. Just giving you an example, let's say we have a 10x trade and we want our long position with a 10x leverage to be about 1 Bitcoin. Our entry price would be 72,746, what it is now. And we would exit this trade at, let's say, 100,000. We can see on the right what our initial margin would have to be with that 10x leverage, how much we would profit, our profit and loss percentage, and our ROI with our 10x leverage. This can be a great tool for you to visualize and plan out your trade ahead of time so you can see what type of profits and losses you have a chance to make depending on what trade you execute. Zoomex offers 3 types of orders. We have a market order. A market order executes instantly at the current price. This is the fastest way to enter or exit a trade. We have a limit order. A limit order lets you set the exact price you want to buy or sell at, and it will only execute if the market reaches that price. We have some customizations within our limit order. The first one is BBO. If we would select BBO, this stands for Best Bid and Offer. A BBO order automatically places your order at the best available price in the order book. So if you're placing a buy, it places your order at the lowest ask, and for a sell, it places your order at the highest bid. So this is a quick way to get a good price without manually setting it. We also have a few more customizations down here. We have a take profit and stop loss. This lets you automatically close a trade at certain prices. A take profit locks in profit when price moves in your favor, and a stop loss cuts your loss if price goes against you. It helps manage your risk and automate your exits. Next, we have post only. This ensures your order only gets added to the order book and doesn't execute instantly. If it would execute right away, it gets canceled. So this is a setting that is used to make sure you pay lower maker fees instead of higher taker fees. And lastly, we have the reduced only option. This ensures your order only reduces or closes a position, not opens a new one. So it protects you from accidentally flipping your position or increasing your risk. Using these limit order tools give you more control over your trades, from choosing your exact price to managing risk and fees more efficiently. And lastly, we have a conditional order, also called a trigger order. This only gets placed once a specific price is hit. This is useful for things like breakouts, take profit and stop losses, or setting up trades in advance. Although there are some interesting options for placing an order, for this tutorial, we do just want to be in and out of the markets fast, so we are going to execute a market order. The last thing we're going to do before placing our order is go through our leverage. We are just going to place a 3x leverage long on Bitcoin and confirm that. We are going to use our full balance. So let's move this all the way to 100%. We can see our order cost and our order value with our leverage. Before we execute our long, we can see there is a take profit and stop loss box. This is where we can set a take profit and stop loss before our trade. We have different ways we can set a take profit and stop loss. We have by price, by P&L percentage, and by profit loss. We're just going to stick by price as I think it's the easiest to explain. All we need to do is decide on what price we want to exit our trade at. So let's say I'll be happy once Bitcoin hits 100,000. Our take profit order will be executed and will be sold out of our position. We can see the profits that we would expect to make on this trade and our expected ROI. On the downside, we want to protect ourselves. So if Bitcoin goes past 60,000, we will cut our losses. And again, we can see our expected loss and our ROI. We can confirm this order and we can execute our 3x long. We see our order details with our take profit and stop loss and our estimated liquidation price. If we're happy with our order, we can confirm and our order has been filled. Down here under positions, this is where you can monitor everything like your entry price, see your current profit or loss, your ROI, and your liquidation price. Now, while the trade is open, you're not locked in. You can always make changes. You can add more to your position or decrease your position / take profits. And you could adjust your take profit and stop loss positions under current orders and take profit and stop loss. Here you can change the trigger price. So let's say you want to change your stop loss to 50,000, you can. You could also change your take profit to another price, 95,000. If we wanted to add a take profit and stop loss after our trade, we would go to positions, scroll to the right a bit, and we could see under take profit and stop loss, we would add, and we would go through the same process that we did before our trade, but this time we are going to set it via P&L percentage. I'll take my profits if we are up 40% on our trade, and for our stop loss, I'll cut my losses if we're down 25%. Let's go ahead and confirm this order. And we can see now our take profit and stop loss is set. Next, if we wanted to add a trailing stop loss, under trailing stop, we would click add. A trailing stop loss is a type of stop loss that automatically moves with the price as your trade becomes more profitable. Instead of setting a fixed stop loss, it trails behind the price by a set amount or percentage, locking in profits as the market moves in your favor. When using a trailing stop loss, there are 3 key settings to understand. We have activation price, price retracement by distance, and price retracement by rate. The activation price is where the trailing stop loss actually starts. Before this level is reached, nothing happens. Once activated, the trailing stop loss follows price as it moves in your favor. So right now, Bitcoin's almost at 76,000. We can put our activation price around 85,000. So that means before this price level, we will not have a trailing stop loss. For price retracement by distance, this is a fixed amount, like $100, while rate is a percentage like 10%. Whenever I set my trailing stop losses, I use by rate, and I recommend most beginners use rate as well. For the tutorial, we are going to set our rate at 25%. So how our trailing stop loss is set up is it will be activated at 85,000. And if the price retreats 25% from the best price, we will be sold out of our position. We can confirm this order. And we see our trailing stop loss here. We can edit it just by clicking on this icon here. A normal stop loss protects you from losses, while a trailing stop loss helps protect your profits. Traders don't always choose one or the other. Many start with a normal stop loss to control risk, and once the trade is in profit, they switch to a trailing stop loss to lock in gains. Some even use a trailing stop loss instead of a take profit, so they can stay in a trade as long as the price keeps moving in their favor. Lastly, I'm going to show you how to add multiple / partial take profit and stop losses to your trade. To do this, we need to go back to settings. And right now we can see under the take profit and stop loss preference, we have take profit and stop loss on an entire position. We want to switch that setting to selected position. And now that we did that, we can now add multiple take profit and stop losses to a position. Under TP and SL, we can click add. We can now see there's a setting that says adjustable quantity. This lets you choose how much of your position you want to sell. For this tutorial, we are going to do 2 different take profit and stop losses. So for each order, we are going to sell 50% of our position. We are going to set our take profit and stop losses by price. So for our first take profit, I'll be happy to exit 50% of my position once Bitcoin hits, let's say, 90,000. And on the downside, I want to cut my losses if Bitcoin hits 60,000. And again, this is 50% of our position. We can confirm this order. We can now set a second take profit and stop loss by clicking this plus icon. Again, we are selling now the rest of our position, so 50%. This time we're going to set our take profit around 110,000. So that means that once Bitcoin hits 110,000, we will be fully sold out of our position. For the downside, we're going to fully cut our losses if Bitcoin hits 45,000. Again, putting 50% of our position for this order. We can confirm this order. And now under details, we can now see our take profit and stop losses that we have set. On the right, under action, we can edit them by clicking this icon. We can also delete the orders individually by clicking on the trash icon. If we wanted to cancel our orders and sell out of our position, we can just click cancel all. So this will cancel all our take profit and stop loss orders. We can either close with a limit or a market order. Again, for this tutorial, we are using a market order to get out of the markets fast. We are going to sell 100% of our position, and we are going to confirm this order. We can see that our entire order was filled, and we have successfully sold out of our position. That wraps up our Zoomex futures trading tutorial. If you want to receive a limited time welcome offer when signing up to Zoomex, you should create an account with the link below this video. The link will take you to this sign up page where you can see all the bonuses that you are eligible for. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We also have a website at CryptoWinRate.com where we have lots of crypto content and tons of educational guides for you to sift through. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.